Through the depths of the blind eternities, one deck shall emerge to conquer the modern format. I'm just kidding. This deck's not competitive, but boy is it fun. So we're looking at a Soul Sisters build for modern today, and this is obviously Selesnya. So what Soul Sisters does is this build plays 10 1-drops that all have this ability. When another creature enters the battlefield, you gain 1 life. So 4 Soul Wardens, 4 Soul's Attendants, and 2 Essence Wardens. And yes, they are from different sets, but that doesn't matter. We are also running 3 Martyr of Sands, a 1-mana 1/1, pay 1, reveal X white cards from your hand, sacker, gain 3 times X life. So a lot of life gain really quick. So I guess we'll just go ahead and do these because we don't have much removal in this deck. We literally just have 3 Path to Exiles. 1 mana, exile a creature, its controller gets to search their deck for a land, put it on the battlefield tapped. Alright, so we have, let's see, that's 10 Sisters, the 3 Martyrs, 13 creatures that gain us a buttload of life. So what are we wanting to do with that life? 1, we've got 3 Serra Ascendants, 1 mana 1/1 lifelink, but if you have 30 or more life, it gets +5/+5 and flying. So in this deck, most of the time, it's a 1 mana 6/6 flyer. And for all of those nice little life gain triggers, we have 4 Ajani's Pridemate, 2 mana 2/2. When you gain life, put a 1/1 counter on Ajani's Pridemate, which if you play Standard, this card has had 2 reprints that are both in Standard at the moment. So, yeah, there's that. What else do we got? Because this build gets a little weird really quick. Alright, so we'll keep those for last. Alright, so another thing we can do, because we do have a lot of life gain, all the Soul Sisters, you've got 10 of them in your deck, so the likelihood of having 1 or more in play at any given time is pretty high. So we're running 3 Serene Stewards. It's a 2 mana 2/2. When you gain life, you can pay a white. If you do, put a 1/1 counter on target creature. So with this, we can make our Soul Sisters into beat sticks eventually. So Ajani's Pridemate and Serra Ascendant aren't the only 2 things that can and will be big in this deck. We have 2 pieces of Graveyard Recursion and Renegade Rallier. 3 mana 3/2, Revolt, enters the battlefield if a permanent you control left the battlefield this turn. Turn target permanent card with mana cost 2 or less from your graveyard to the battlefield. Just testing out Resplendent Angel in it. I think that this one will be good because I think you can gain a lot of life really quick in this deck. So I think this is a good card for it. 3 mana 3/3, beginning of your end step, or each end step, if you gain 5 or more life, get a 4/4 Angel token. And you can pay 6 to pump her 2/2 and give her lifelink. So she herself can gain you that life. 1 Mentor of the Meat, 3 mana 2/2. When a creature power 2 or less enters the battlefield, you can pay 1. If you do, draw a card. And 2 Knight of Autumn, 3 mana 2/1. When it enters, choose 1. Put 2 1/1 counters on it, destroy an artifact or enchantment, or gain 4 life. So I like this card for this deck, and this is part of the reason for going green. This is sideboard tech that's main boardable. Like if we've got nothing going on, nothing to destroy, we can make her big. Or if we are like 26 life, we've got a Serra Ascendant on board, and we're like, man, really need to gain 4 life. Well, you can play this, gain 4 life, swing for 6. And like I said, sideboard tech destroys artifacts and enchantments. This is a lot of abilities on 1 card. So yeah, good stuff, good stuff. Alright, so the Serene Steward is one that we don't really have enough creatures to make it work on its own. However, every time we play 1 creature, we're not really getting 1 creature. We're getting multiple creatures. With Genesis Chamber, 2 mana, when a non-token creature comes into play, if it's untapped, its controller creates a 1/1 mirror artifact creature token. So yes, our opponent's going to benefit off this if they're playing creature deck, but we're going to benefit even more because our Soul Sisters don't specify we gain life when our creatures come in. It says whenever a creature comes into play, period, we gain life. So our opponent plays a creature, we gain a life. The Genesis Chamber triggers, they get a creature, we gain a life. If our Johnny's Pride Mates are in play, they're triggering, getting 1/1 counters. If we've got our Syrian Stewards in play, they're going to trigger, and we're going to put 1/1 counters on other things. And then we're going to do it again on our turn when we play creatures, double up on triggers, thanks to Genesis Chamber. And besides, we've got the Syrian Steward, so when our mirror tokens come in, we can just throw 1/1 counters on them and make our stuff, our mirrors, bigger than our opponent's mirrors. And some classics of the deck, running 3 Ranger of Eos, 4 mana 3/2. When it comes in, search your deck for 2 creature cards with mana cost 1 or less, reveal them, put them into your hand. And we are running 3 Collected Companies. That's right. 4 mana, look at the top 6, put 2 creatures, mana cost 3 or less from among them onto the battlefield, put the rest on the bottom in any order. Okay, any, random, doesn't really matter. When it goes on the bottom, who cares? So yeah, 3 Collected Companies, in which Collected Company can hit every creature in this deck, aside from Ranger of Eos. So 3 creatures in the deck that Coco can't hit. So this is a Coco Sister deck. Yeah, let's take a look at the mana base. To help with our Revolt, running 3 fetches, and it could be more, but I've got fetches tied up in other decks, and this, like I said, this isn't competitive. This is, I mean, you can take it to an F&M and you can do decent. You can steal a lot of wins with it, especially if people are playing a lot of fair decks, but I wouldn't expect to take this to any big event and, you know, like top 8 with it or anything. So yeah, my fetches are, most of them tied up other places. So 2 Windswept Heaths, 1 Marsh Flats, 1 Gavney Township, pay 4, put a 1/1 counter on the team, 2 Razorbird's Thickets, 3 Temple Gardens, 1 Canopy Vista, because we don't want to be shocking if possible, and with this deck, if we've got a lot of basics. If we get 2 or more basics in play, we can just fetch this up, have it come in untapped, and in that scenario, it's better than a shock land. 1 Emeria, the Sky Ruin, lets us get things back if we control 7 or more planes, and this game can and will go the long game against fair decks. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 basic planes. So Ghost Quarter will not hurt us. Neither will Field of Ruin. Alright, now let's look at the sideboard and wrap this up. Playing 1 Selfless Spirit, just for those matches where people want to bring in Pyroclasms, Wrath of Gods, things like that. Protect our team. 3 Scavenging Oozes, hate on graveyard decks. 1 Voice of Resurgent, 4 control decks. 1 Dramoka's Command. It's a lot of things, that's why it's in here, because it's versatile. You can use it for multiple things. 1 Wiltleaf Liege for anything that wants to use Burning Inquiry. A Suppression Field. 2 Sony's Silence. So, Tron, Hardened Scales, Affinity. Yeah. 1 Aegis of the Gods. A Core Firewalker, obviously for burn. And Auroch Champion, again, obviously for burn. And then the last 2 are pretty spicy, but this is one that when you play it, if you've got a team full of things, but you can't seem to push through all the damage you need to win. You play a Beastmaster's Ascension to swing in with the team and give everything +5/+5 indefinitely. Great card. I don't know why it's not played more, and I love it. And the games where I've actually brought it in and used it, it has been very good. So, yes, here it is. the deck that will conquer the modern format. Hope you liked it, everyone. Like, comment, subscribe, and I will see you next time.